Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. Well, today's video of course is the review of the Canon EOS Rebel T8i DSLR camera. Comes with an 18 by 55 millimeter lens, and of course you do get a battery with it, a charger, and a little tiny pamphlet. If you want to actually know how to run the camera, of course, you're going to have to go to the Canon website and download the manual. So to save a lot of time on this video, I'm going to basically tell you, if you want to know everything there is to know about this camera in full detail, and if this is a good fit for you, go to the Canon website, look up the T8i manual, download it for free, read through it. It's only 730 odd pages. Okay, it's going to keep you out of trouble for a while. Now, there are boatloads of accessories you can get for this. So mirrorless DSLR cameras that are out now, they really can't compete to the mirrored ones like this. There's still a lot of issues to be resolved in lag issues and other things with DSLR mirrorless cameras before they're going to be competitive edged against the mirrored DSLRs. So that is something to also consider, looking up information on the internet about that, because I also did. Because I was looking at a mirrorless originally, and it's kind of like, well, what's the good and bad, okay, in both sides? And yeah, definitely won out when it came to the mirrored version. But we still do have a 24 megapixel sensor in this sucker either way. And it takes amazing snapshots and amazing 4K video. So you can choose to go 4K 30 frame per second, 1080p 60, 1080p 30, and even right down into your 720p. You can do time lapse. You can do all kinds of stuff with this thing for video and for snap shooting. Okay, and like I said, boatloads of accessories, which is another benefit to the mirrored versions. There's more lenses, more accessories available for DSLR mirrored cameras over the mirrorless. So again, they have some catching up to do to get to the DSLR mirrored type of performance levels as well as accessories. This one comes in at about $1129.99 right now at Best Buy. You save 20 bucks. I got it far cheaper because I had a larger savings. And I do recommend that if you are buying it from a shop that does offer you extended warranty coverage that goes above and beyond, then to get it. I went to Best Buy because they have their Geek Squad warranty, and I got the 4-year extension one on this, which also gives me that if I drop the thing accidentally and it shatters into a million pieces, they'll just replace it. If anything else happens by accident, they'll just replace it. You know, it's kind of a really awesome warranty. Kind of reminds me of those Dell computer warranties when you buy the premium package warranty for your computer, which I highly recommend, especially if you're going laptops with gamer stuff from them, but even with their gamer towers, to always get those warranties, because believe me, you're going to be using them probably more than likely on the Dell systems. I know I did, to the point where a repair went back 3 times. Well, the 3rd time it was supposed to go out in a row within a 2-month span for same problems. They just said, pick anything you want off our website, and I'm like, anything? Yep, anything you want. Your warranty covers it. And I'm like, sweet, I'm in. So I took their most expensive computer that is actually designed not only for kick-butt gaming, but also can handle doing mining and CAD and you name it. And I was the proud owner of a really sweet laptop. Anyways, that made my day. So I'm going to give you a couple of basics though. Alright, we do have a built-in flash. You just flip it up and you're ready to go for taking pictures. Voila! Okay, now you can get external flashes if you want a more powerful flash or different kind of flash, but this one works quite adequately. Now you'll notice I also have a microphone and an OLED light on here. You're not getting those with the camera. You gotta spend extra money for that. So, but the back end, we open it up and we have a touch screen, okay? And any of the features you want to get access to can be accessed through here for setting up for your snapshots, all these different program levels. you can customize things the way you want to do stuff. When you go all the way to on, you're going to get access to a different set of menus and whatnot, because now you're going to hit the menu button here, and of course my default is my function settings, because that's where I leave it since my camera's already set up the way I want it. But in here, format the card. About that quick. Even a full card will actually format that fast. It's just like done. Okay, but in here you can scroll through different settings within your function settings, right? And then you can just simply click back to the menu, scroll into your Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connections, okay? Playback settings, shooting settings, okay? So you can go into shooting settings, and you can mess around with all this list, and this one, and this one, this one, this one, and so on, okay? So you get the basic ideas here, how things are working, all right? Push it again, and you're ready to start shooting video. All right, now this also flips so that you can actually see yourself in video. Very important. That was one of the big things I needed for a DSLR, was I need to have a flippable screen so I can see myself in video, focus in on my main target, pull it back, get things manually set the way I want. Now you can go manual focus or automatic. I like the manual because then this way I can get my front ground and my background precisely the same. Where autofocus doesn't quite work that way. It's a little different and weirder, but it can still do a pretty good job regardless, okay? Anyways, and you have other buttons for other features. Again, download, read the manual. I want to keep this video short for you guys. Alright, so taking off your lenses and putting new ones on, push in on the button here on the side and just twist the lens like so, okay? And then when you want to put it on, white line here, the little white square, goes to the white square. Just make sure they're lined up, twist in place, and you're ready to rock and roll again. Okay? Now, as far as getting access to things like your memory card, down below you'll find a little hatch underneath you can pop open, and down here is where you're going to access the battery. Okay? It only goes in one way, right? This is a Canon battery that comes with it, and you just push it on the side a little bit like that, rock it up into place, close it, and you can access the camera. Now, if for any reason you kind of left that open for some reason, camera won't turn on. It's a safety feature, okay? It makes sure that that lid is closed so it can turn on. Alright? Memory card access is also on the same side. Flip the hatch open, memory card, okay? Pop it in, that's it, done. So, pretty simple as far as the basics go, okay? And like I said again, download that manual. You'll be more than happy after you read up on the camera to see if it's a good suit for you. Some people do want to still go to the mirrorless. That's perfectly fine. I honestly don't care what you buy. I'm just here to give you guys a review on my experiences with this camera. I've shot video footage for my channel, not only in 1080p, but also in 4K. I haven't shot any 720p with it yet, but that'll be coming. We got to get some variety going after all. But I've also taken a lot of pictures with this thing, and one thing I found is for indoor pictures, at least for what I was doing earlier today to post some stuff up for sale on Marketplace, is I used my OLED light and I lit up the subject first the way I wanted it. Then I flipped up the flash because my OLED light doesn't interfere. And then I was able to take my picture and get an absolute pristino picture. Now I also tried the same thing without the OLED, and it turned out it was actually better with the OLED light lighting up my subject ahead of time first. So that does make a difference. So of course, as always, all cameras are light dependent. The more light you can give them, the better. Now I'm not saying that the flash is poor quality or anything, because it's not. But if you want certain things to be a certain way, that extra light really does help. Now you can buy studio lights like I did at first. I bought a pack of 3. They were fine. They really helped my camera that we're shooting the video with now, which is my Sony camcorder. But when it comes to my camera here, I bought the OLED and I'm thinking, you know, oh, well, it can't hurt, right? You know, it lights me up better. It's in the right spot. It lights up the subject. Lights, you know, in behind. It's not going to blind the sensor, which is great too. Because too much light, by the way, will blind a sensor and can screw up your photos, can screw up your video if you have too much light going on. Okay, and with this OLED panel and with the diffuser that's on it, it works awesome just by itself. Like the only time I use my studio lights now is if I'm going to do something indoors with my camcorder. Otherwise, I never even need them with the OLED. Okay, the built-in microphone does work great. It's not to the quality of recording demo audio. Well, it's better quality than my camcorder for that, but to get the more superior quality of sound, the Shure microphone that is mounted there works beautiful. And you can look that up as a separate review on my channel. Just type in Shure microphone and you'll come across this microphone on my channel. The thing is amazing for the sound quality that it can do, and it has, you know, cutback features and it's got what do you call it? It takes away the bass, you know, so you don't have too much bass in the sound. Works really great. So highly recommend an external microphone for sure, especially if you need to get long range audio, because the built-in mic is good for short range, but it's not good for long range audio. I mean, no built-in microphone is good for long range audio unless it has the capabilities to do that on the long range. And this one can do some fair amount of long range, but I still like the Shure mic better myself. But anyways, just some more little basics on this. I'm just going to read some of the specs off the website. Some of it's just going to be like over your head, so I'm going to give you the basics, okay? So we got an 18 to 55 millimeter lens kit with this thing, 24.1 megapixel CMOS sensor, 7.0 frame per second continuous shooting mode to capture many shots at once, 4K 24p, along with vertical video recording so you can capture moving images. So as you're turning the camera, it's not locked. Like, you know how a phone will rotate, right? Or a tablet will rotate. Some cameras will actually just rotate, or they just don't do it right at all. Well, this thing, as you're rotating, rotates with you, and it's seamless. It's beautiful. So if you're thinking about doing like those YouTube Shorts videos, which I'm going to get into, if you have a tripod like mine where it's got the cutout here, you can set the camera up and put it down on that vertical angle, and it's perfectly vertical. So that's great. Of course, you're going to have to do some leveling for angle, but otherwise the main vertical part is absolutely perfect. Anyhow, so we have an ISO range of 100 to 25,600, so it lets you capture pictures in many different kinds of lighting. EOS, ITR, AF face priority, and dual pixel CMOS autofocus, or AF, I guess it's called, with eye detection. There's still a lot I need to learn about this thing too in the jargon. So it lets you get flawless autofocus in all sorts of situations. 3-inch touchscreen LCD, we've already covered that to see what you're shooting and easily adjust settings. Eye-level optical viewfinder with fixed pentamirror, lets you directly see what you're to capture. So that's when you're taking pictures, you can look through that back, the little finder there, like a normal camera, but it's only available to you when you're taking pictures, not for video. The video is on your screen only. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity to share your photos with ease. SD, SDHC, SDXC memory card compatibility to store your photos and transfer them to your devices, including your videos as well too. So it uses the Canon EF mount. So any lenses you want have to be an EF mount. Okay, so you know you can get third party. It doesn't have to be Canon branded, but it does have to have the EF mount, which is a big thing. So anyways, the total amount of pixels is 25.8 megapixel, but the effective pixels is 24.1. And there are cameras that are out there better than this, obviously, whether they're mirrored or not. But the thing is, this is an entry-level, what they call beginner DSLR camera. And you know what? This is fantastic. Even for YouTubers, for podcasters, For anybody that wants to do pictures and video, I mean, 4K is awesome stuff. Now, of course, it's also more awesome if you have a 4K display on your computer to actually view that true 4K, but otherwise you can still fire up your 4K files without a problem. You're just going to be viewing them in a 1080p format that just looks outstanding, right? Or if you have a 2K display. But if you want to view 4K for real, you do need a 4K display on your computer system, okay, to get that actual real 4K imagery in your face. But otherwise, yeah, that's the way it works. And I think I did a video about that, I'm not sure, but if I didn't, I'll check, and if I didn't, I'll do one to explain about how that works. But anyways, so that's our basics. Manufacturer's warranty is 1 year parts and labor. Like I said, if you can get an extended warranty from wherever you buy, get it. You may never need it, but you know, there is a thing called better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And if you're putting out this kind of money, like I've already got over $3,500 tied up between my camera, my OLED light, my microphone, my tripod, and all my accessories that are in my camera bag, and including my camera bag. That's a lot of money to tie up, so you really want to make sure your gear is covered, you know what I mean? You can also get this camera as well in different kit forms to save you money, and it'll come with a whack load of accessories depending on the kit version that you actually get. So that's something else to look at there, is how much do you want to get for your buck at the time. And you do get good prices too when it comes to buying the kits that they have on the website. They've got one up here that has got a whack load of stuff. Like, I mean, it is just nuts how much stuff is in this kit. $1789.95, save $440. That's a really good savings. Because I know even just for my the small kit that I got with my my 135mm lens, it came with some some filters and some macro lenses and a couple other things. That was like $600 almost, and it's like, And this one kit they have here for $1789, it comes with all of those lenses, plus it comes with a whack load of color filters. Comes with, now I probably wouldn't trust the tripod for anything because it looks like a pretty chintzy one, but it does come with a big not a telephoto, but the big zoom lens, so you can basically see the inside craters of the moon. One of those lenses, which those things, by the way, separately are cheap. They're only about $140 because it's all manualed. It's about what I can tell you. But it comes with different other lenses as well, and all kinds of stuff. So that's not a bad bundle price for that. I mean, that's pretty good. So you can't complain there. And they got other kit setups too with different types of accessory packages. So anyways, do check it out. Check it out on Best Buy. Just type in Canon T8i on Best Buy website, and you'll see all the different T8i setups they have, including mine that I actually have that I'm talking about. And I got mine with just the camera, the lens, the battery, the charger. It's the basics. No memory card was included with mine, but you can get the kits in the higher levels with a memory card with it. Now, I got a 160 megabit per transfer rate card for mine, 128 gig. It was on sale. It was a Lexstar Professional, and it was like $50 on sale, which is a really good deal for a very super high-speed card. And you're going to need a very high-speed card, especially if you're going to be shooting videos in the higher 1080p range, and especially in 4K. You need fast cards for 4K to be captured properly. But anyways, that's what I got for you. So it's worth the money for sure, definitely. Like I said, again, download the manual, research it, then see if this is a good fit for you. As far as the star rating goes, I'm going to go 4.25. Only because there's one thing I need to mention that I do find as a downside, but it does not just affect this one. It affects most all of them, actually, that I've researched anyways, in right up into the professional level stuff. The majority of them, at least, that I've seen, you are limited to whether it's 720p, 1080, or 4K video recording. you are limited to 29 minutes and 59 seconds before it will shut down on you. Regardless of your settings on your camera, it will shut down and it will not allow you to record past that until after the camera has cooled back down. Then you can start re-recording the rest of your footage. That is the only real annoying thing that I don't like about any of these DSLRs, whether they're mirrored or mirrorless, is that cap on the recording time. With the technology we've had for DSLRs for the last, well, several years they've been out, you would think they would have had that figured out, of a better way to cool the system for recording at high levels, so that you could at least get even an hour in. Because if I could get an hour of record time, I would be in my glory. But, you know, half an hour, and it's like within 1 second of that full half hour, it's kind of like, oh, I got to watch my timing on my videos. My camcorder, I don't have to pay attention to time. It's whenever the battery dies or the camera's card is full, you know, whichever comes first. But that is one annoying thing you will find about all the DSLRs pretty much out there, mirrored or mirrorless, is you do have that recording time cap on them. So just keep that in mind. And for an entry-level camera, I guess it's not bad, you know, to have that cap. You just gotta, you know, time things out right, that's all. So you can learn to deal with it, I guess. Depends on how OCD you are. I'm quite OCD, so. Anyways, that's it. That's all. Thanks so much for watching, and hey, we'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.